What's going on, YouTube? This is Rolling Stone here. Real quick, I started making videos March of 2018. It's whenever I went to orientation at CRST in Cedar Rapids, Iowa. I just did a little research on what's going on with my channel, where are people coming from to see it, and it looks like people are searching CRST and they're finding me. Not a lot, but enough that I need to make this video. So, 10 things that you need to understand before you go to CRST or any trucking company to get your CDL. Number 1, you need to understand that you are starting at the bottom of the ladder. What you do is going to lead you to your final result. Period. If you follow instructions, if you ask questions, if you don't understand those instructions, showing up on time, being professional and polite, not kissing butt, being polite. All of those things, they're going to either help you climb that ladder or stay at the bottom. So, number 1, you need to understand you're starting at the bottom. You can't expect to come out here and make $1,000 or $1,500 or $2,000 a week when you don't even know how to change gears because you have an automatic restriction. No, I'm joking. It is true, though. Number 2, you need to understand that if you are going to a major mega carrier to get your CDL, there is a 98% chance that you are going to get your CDL with an automatic restriction. That means that you cannot legally drive a standard transmission. You don't even know what the third pedal on the floor is for, much less how to use it. You need to understand that. If you leave that mega carrier, you are going to legally be bound to driving an automated manual transmission. Yes, that's right. I said automated manual. That is what an automatic transmission is actually in a semi-truck. So, number 2, you will have a restriction on your license. Number 3, you need to understand before you drive that truck, you need to understand how your pay works, okay? And you need to understand all aspects of pay. Truck drivers do not just get paid by the mile, okay? That's a myth. It's not true, okay? Do you get detention pay? How does the detention pay work? Do I have to submit macros on my computer? Do I have to send in forms? Do I need a signature from the shipper or the receiver to get that detention pay? How do I get detention pay? How do I get breakdown pay? How much is the breakdown pay? How long do I have to be broke down before the pay starts? What is the time period for the pay? How long does it take for that pay to show up on my paycheck or get deposited into my bank account, however you get paid? If you're flatbed, is there tarp pay? If you're dry van or reefer, is there unload pay? If you have to manually unload your truck, like you, the driver, unloading your truck, yes, that happens. You need to understand if that happens. Are you with no touch freight? Are you with touch freight? If you're with touch freight, how much am I getting paid to touch that freight? Okay? If you're flatbed, how much do I get paid to tarp? Do I get paid to untarp? Is it just I get paid $25 to mess with the tarp? That's tarp and untarp. Is it $50? 25 to tarp, 25 to untarp. You need to understand how you get paid and what it's going to look like. on top of the pay. Tax laws have changed with our last president, and so now company drivers do not have tax write-offs. We don't. We just don't. So the companies now have per diem programs. Does your company offer per diem program? That's non-taxable income out of your paycheck. Do they charge a fee for that? At CRST, they charge 2 cents per mile as an administration fee for your per diem. So, say when I left, I was getting paid 42 cents per mile, right? If I had chosen to be on the per diem program, I would have been paid 32 cents per mile taxable, and I would have been charged, and I would have been paid 8 cents per mile non-taxable for a total of 40 cents per mile. The 2 cents, they keep it. Thanks for putting my information into your computer. You need to understand, number 3, how do I get paid? Okay? Number 4, very important. You need to understand, am I running solo after I get off the trainer's truck, or am I running teams? Is it going to be me alone in that truck, or am I going to have a co-driver and we're running all the time? You need to understand that. And my advice, do not run teams with rookies. Go back to some of my videos and you'll see why. So, number 4, am I driving solo or am I running teams? Number 5, you need to know where the terminals are located. How far are they from my house? Do y'all have any drop lots near my house? That would be nice to know, because when you go home and you're solo, can you park the truck at a drop lot or at a terminal? Or do you have to find a place to park it near your house? Is it possible for you to park the truck near your house? Who knows, you know? You live in some of these suburbs, they don't even have truck routes to get in there, except to like maybe the Walmart. Don't park at the Walmart. So number 5, where are the terminals? Where are the drop lots? Is there anything close to my house? And I would find that out before I went to the company. Just me, right? Just me. Number 6, you need to know how their maintenance is. You need to know their score with DOT. You need to know their safety scores. You need to know if you're going to be pulled into the scale house every time you cross the state line, or every time you cross the scale house. Texas, there's multiple scales within the state. That's pretty important to know, because as a rookie, it would be nice to be with a company with a low safety score. That way you're not getting hassled all the time by law enforcement. So number 6, what's their safety score? Number 7, is there extra additional training that I can get? If I get off my trainer's truck and I don't feel that I am ready to go out by myself or with a team, can y'all put me on another trainer's truck? How much additional training can I get? And what is my pay during that time? Number 7, is there any additional training that I can get? Number 8, how do days off work? Some of you guys, y'all might put number 8 at the number 1 thing. How often can I get home? I'm telling you right now, as a rookie driver, you're not going to get home very often. Okay? And if you do, your paycheck's going to suffer. The old saying is, if the wheels ain't turning, you ain't earning. And it's true. Okay? So, except for breakdown pay and detention pay and, standby pay if you get stuck out without a load. But you need to know how home time works, and when you can go home, for how long you can go home, and what the process is when I get back on the truck to go get a load. How does that work? So number 8, home time. How often? How does that work? Number 9, you need to know if you are expected to be reimbursed for toll roads, or if the company has Easy Pass and Best Pass on the windshield and the company pays for it. You need to know how the reimbursement program works. Is there reimbursement? Do they tell you what route to take? Or do you pick your own routes? If you pick your own routes and you don't know how to read a map, just stop. Turn the video off. Don't get your CDL. Just stop. Learn how to read a map before you go anywhere to get your CDL. So that's number 9. How does the reimbursement work? What do I have to buy to do my job? And what do you guys provide? Very important stuff. Because like when I came in, I was almost broke. As most people are. So that's very important. Do I have to spend money? And the number 10 thing, and the last thing that I'm going to put out there that I would be concerned about if I was going to school or going to a company to get training to get my CDL to work for them. Is there a contract for you putting me through school? Yes, most of the time there is going to be a contract. They are putting time and energy and money and resources aside for you, and you're not making them any money. You are costing them money to get your CDL. So yeah, I think you have, they have skin in the game. You need to put some skin in the game. CRST, it was a 10-month contract. You drive for them for 10 months. That's from the first date that you get hired. 10 months from that date, bam, your contract's over. You can go. You're free and clear. No money owed. Other companies, some of them have 12 months. Where I am currently, if we have somebody come in that we help them get their CDL, 2 years. Okay? So I don't want to hear y'all complaining about 10 months, because where I'm at, they ask for 2 years. Right? So, and if you leave that contract, if you leave the company and you go to another company, how much do I owe you? If I breach the contract, what is the penalty? What are y'all going to do? You need to know that. And don't expect to get away scot-free. And if you just leave the company, you go to work somewhere else, and you don't even put forth the effort to try to pay that first company back, you are what's wrong with this country. That's all I'm going to say, man. They helped you out in getting your CDL. The least you could do is man up or woman up and pay what you owe. I hate people like that. So anyway, those are the 10 things that I think that you need to know before you go somewhere. Rolling Stone. I'm out.